Okay, I just needed to make a video about this because I'm actually really pissed off. Alright, so this is another guy, a Mongoloid, who ghosted me. This is a Mongoloid who ghosted me. This guy was a Mongoloid. Now, for all of you guys who don't know, I actually have a thing for ugly guys. So I didn't care that this guy was a Mongoloid, but this Mongoloid seriously thought that he was too good for me, and it really pissed me off. He ended up ghosting me, and this was the guy this Mongoloid was actually the guy I spent most of my time with, and he was a fucking Mongoloid, but I didn't care that he was a Mongoloid, but he left me because he was a Mongoloid, and it pissed me off. I was actually creeping on his Facebook page because I was really bored and I don't have any other guy to talk to, so I just decided, okay, let me see what the Mongoloid is up to. He posted something that really pissed me off. Okay, look at this. He posted something like this. I saw this posted on his page. It said, boyfriend, best friend, girlfriend, all ends with end, except for family, which ends in ILY, I love you. So I thought that that was the stupidest, most Mongoloid thing for this Mongoloid guy to post because he's a fucking Mongoloid. This really pissed me off because he was actually the one who ended things, and he had the fucking nerve to post that. All right, let me tell you about this damn Mongoloid. All right, he was acting like he was in love with me and everything, even though he was moving in younger guys into his house that he was living in. He has a thing for young guys with dark skin in their 20s who are going through life struggles. He kept moving in another young guy into his house and everything, acting like he's in love with me and shit like that, when I know that it wasn't fucking true. And this fucking Mongoloid couldn't stop talking about his wife who passed away. I'm like, get the fuck over it. I don't want to hear about your dead wife. He kept rambling to me about his dead wife because he's a fucking Mongoloid. And then what this Mongoloid ended up doing, he ended up ditching me and flying out to Mexico because he's a fucking Mongoloid and he wanted to marry some Mexican guy to get him a green card because he's a Mongoloid, and he just wanted to replace me with some Mexican guy because he's a fucking Mongoloid, even though this fucking Mongoloid obviously voted for Donald Trump. That I know for a fact. This Mongoloid absolutely voted for Donald Trump because he's a fucking Mongoloid. And it really pissed me off. And I didn't care that he was a fucking Mongoloid. I still liked him anyway, even though he was a Mongoloid. But he was too stupid because he was a Mongoloid, and he ended up ditching me. He also would tell me the lamest jokes all the time because he's a fucking Mongoloid. He kept telling me these annoying dad jokes over and over again, and he was too busy being a Mongoloid. And I was telling him, dude, don't tell me the jokes. They're not funny. I hate guys who tell me lots of jokes all the time. Every 5 minutes, this Mongoloid had to tell me a joke. And I don't like guys who tell a lot of jokes because it gets on my nerves. And this guy was just being a fucking Mongoloid. And, he wouldn't even suck my penis very often. He barely ever would because he was too busy being a Mongoloid. And it pissed me off, really. So I really don't care that this guy ghosted me because he was a fucking Mongoloid. I'm just pissed off that all I was able to find was an annoying, stupid Mongoloid who didn't even like me in the first place. This Mongoloid kept bitching at me about how much he misses his dead wife. He would keep saying her name over and over and over again. Claudia, Claudia, Claudia. I hate the name Claudia. Don't ever say the name Claudia because that's the only name I heard from this fucking Mongoloid ramble about because he's a fucking Mongoloid. Can everyone watching this damn video please hope that I find a real man who actually is madly in love with me and isn't a fucking Mongoloid like this idiot? And even if he is a fucking Mongoloid, can you please hope that he's not a lying, backstabbing dumbass like this guy is? That's all I have to fucking say. Gosh. So that's it. Peace out, people.